Are you looking for a travel trailer with slide outs so you can maximize floor space? Well, check out these 3 awesome floor plans we found of travel trailers with slide outs. Hey everybody, Mike from RV Blogger here in front of the camera, and Susan's behind the camera. And if you've seen us before on YouTube, welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time seeing us, welcome aboard. Susan and I make tons of videos all about RVing, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel. And we want to remind you to hit that notification bell when you do, so you'll be notified every single week when Susan and I put out a brand new video. But without any further ado, let's get started on our reviews of awesome travel trailers with slide outs. This travel trailer is the Cruiser RV Hitch, model number 18BHS. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,030 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of 970 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 5,000 pounds. It measures in at 22 feet 6 inches long, and it can sleep up to 5 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right hand side you'll find the owner's bed, and then you've got the dinette and kitchen area. Bunk beds are towards the rear, and the bathroom is right behind me. So here I am walking in through the entry door, and Susan's now standing where I was standing. But you'll notice on the right hand side here, this is where the owner's bed is located. Now with this style of owner's bed, one thing is for sure, whoever's sleeping on that side, if they get up in the middle of the night, they're going to disturb the person sleeping on this side. But let's take a look at what size bed we have here anyway. This thing is 60 inches wide and 80 inches long. So we have a full residential queen size bed. So that's a very, very nice feature. You'll also notice that there's a window on each side, so you can get a little cross ventilation in here. And then there's a shelf up top that is an open shelf, but it's got these bungee cables to help hold everything in place. Now they've also mounted the TV up in this area, which is a great spot. You can lay in bed at night and watch TV before you fall asleep, or you can see the TV from the dinette area too. I also want to point out that on the side of this bed panel here, there is a receptacle plus 2 USB ports, and in addition there are 4 drawers that you can pull out for even more storage. Now here I am sitting in the dinette, and this dinette can seat 2 people very, very comfortably. I would think you could never ever get 4 people in here. And in a travel trailer that has bunk beds, I think that's a bit of a shortcoming. I think what might have been a better idea would be to make this slide out maybe a foot deeper, and then that would add a foot to your benches and your dinette table, and then you could seat 4 people here. But since the dinette is in a slide out, it does help create more floor space inside the RV, so that's a very nice thing. And it also has this really large window over top. In addition, there is plenty of storage underneath of both dinette booths that you can access through the doors at the end of the benches. The kitchen layout in here is what we call an inline kitchen, and what that means is that all of your kitchen appliances are just in a line. Starting at the top here, we have these really nice 2-tone color cabinets. These doors do lift up. The problem is they don't stay up, so you have to hold them whenever you're getting things in or out of the cabinets up top. And then below that, we have a 2-burner propane stove with a glass top. When the top's down, it does help to create more countertop space. And then right next to the stove, we have this nice big round single bowl sink with a gooseneck faucet. And there's a nice big window over top of the sink and cooking area, which allows for additional natural light. Now below that, we have lots of storage space underneath the kitchen sink, and even more space underneath of the cooktop. Just beyond the stove top, we have our microwave oven up top with a refrigerator down below. This is a rather small fridge, but it's doable for weekend camping and things like that. And there's also a little freezer section up here for ice. Just beyond the refrigerator, there's a pantry cabinet here and another one down below. And these are very large. They're probably about 1.5 feet deep. 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves to stack things on, so plenty of storage in here. So here we are at the bunk beds that are back here, and let's see how big these are. This one is about 74 inches by 28 inches wide. So, you know, a couple of kids could sleep in the bunks. There is a max weight of 275 pounds on these bunks. So a good sized kid could sleep up here, that's for sure. Each bunk has its own light. The top bunk has its own window, and neither of these bunks have a USB or a receptacle for your kids to be able to plug in and play on their tablets or Nintendo Switches or whatever they happen to have. So I'm sorry they missed that little point. But I will say this, the bottom bunk does flip up, and I'll run around outside and show you how that works so you can get even more storage in here. So there's a door located on the outside of this trailer where you have access to where the bunks are located. The bottom bunk actually flips up and into position so you have even more storage. Now here I am inside the shower, like I usually am inside the bathroom, and as you can see, this would normally have a shower curtain, but they took the curtain off for demonstration purposes. Now there seems to be a decent amount of headroom in here in the skylight area, and in fact there's 6 feet 5 inches of headroom in there, so that's a pretty decent amount. There's a nice surround that's in here, and there are 2 corners that have shelves for shampoo, conditioner, soaps, things like that. You can also pull the wand off the wall while you're showering, and then of course you would have your shower curtain. Outside the shower, we have a nice medicine cabinet here. Below that, we have an open shelf where you can put a cup and toothbrushes. Then we have a nice sized vanity with a receptacle next to it, and then we have open and cabinet storage down below. As far as the elbow test goes, if the door was closed, there's no way I'd be able to raise my elbows in here. This travel trailer is the Jayco Jay Feather model number 21MML. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,185 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of a very impressive 2,315 pounds for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 6,500 pounds. It measures in at 26 feet long and it can sleep up to 4 people. When you first walk inside this travel trailer, to the right-hand side is where the Murphy bed and sofa are located. Then it wraps around to the living area, which includes theater seats and the dinette. The kitchen and bathroom are back here at the back of this RV. It's got a great layout. Now, when Susan and I first walked inside this RV, our first comment was, wow, this really looks nice. And there's a few reasons for it. First of all, that whole side of the trailer slides out, and so it creates more floor space in here. But also you'll notice that you've got the nice cabinetry, which is a whiter finish with a glazing on it. You've got the dark trim around it, and then you also have these nice plush and darker colored materials on the couch, the theater seating, and even the dinette. So you get a nice mixture of color in here, and it really pops and shows off very, very well. On the right hand side is where one of the sofas is located. Well, the sofa is located. This is a pretty comfy sofa. It's got a little middle section here that pulls down, and you can put a, has a couple cup holders built into it. And you can see the TV from here as well if you pulled it out and swung the TV around a little bit. But this also serves as a Murphy bed. So you would jackknife your sofa out and then just pull this little clasp, and then the bed platform drops, and then you just fold out your mattress. Now, this kind of a mattress I think would be a little bit of an issue for me because the fold, is kind of in the middle. It's really maybe down where your legs would be, so maybe you wouldn't feel it as much. They try not to put them dead center in the mattress, obviously, but depending on how tall you are, that might be an issue for you. Now, this bed is measuring in at 74 inches by 60 inches, so this would be considered a short queen mattress. You'll also notice that there are a couple of reading lights on either side. There's also a small cubby behind the wardrobe cabinets, and back in that cubby there are a couple of receptacles, one on each side, so you can plug in, recharge things, and stuff like that. You'll also notice that it's got a mirrored wardrobe door on here, and when you open it up, these are nice, but they kind of get in the way of the doors a little bit on both sides. But there is a bar to hang things from, and there's a removable shelf in here as well. So you can either use it as a wardrobe cabinet or just for more storage, however you would like to do it. One thing that I do like in this bedroom is there are windows on each side, so you can get a nice little cross ventilation in here. You do have a bit of a nightstand here, and that also includes a receptacle on the front of the nightstand, and then there's an additional cabinet down below. Now, Jayco also added a couple of drawers underneath of the sofa, and in addition to that, they have this table that slides in under here as well. I guess you could use this inside or outside of your RV. Now maybe it's just me because we've been running around shooting video all day and I am very tired, but man, these theater seats are like super, super comfortable. I am loving life sitting here right now. Also, when you pull the release, the nice thing, sometimes when you sit in a reclining chair, the foot thing won't stay up. Just the weight of my legs will knock it down. But in this case, really, it stays up quite nicely. They don't recline as far back as I would like them to, but nonetheless, they're very, very comfortable. And you've got a bunch of cup holders here. There's one on each end, two in the middle. Now, the ones on each end also serve as holders for little tables. And so there's a little table that will swing here. They have them packed away because this is a brand new RV. I can't get them out. They're all packaged up. But anyway, there's a piece that fits in the end cup holder, and you have a little table that sits in front of you. So nice little feature there. Here I am at the dinette table right across from the theater chairs, and you can see up here, this is where the TV is located. It's a great spot for when you're sitting at the theater seating, or you can pull it out and swing it around so you can see it from the couch or the Murphy bed, and you can lay awake at night and watch a little TV before you drift off to sleep. Now, I like this dinette. It can seat 4 people pretty well. And also, I love the size of this big window right next to it here. One other great thing about this dinette is that it's on the camp side of this trailer. We're starting to see that more and more now, because when you sit on the camp side, you know, you can see people that are outside with your, you know, with whoever you're camping with. And that's where your fire ring is and your picnic table. So it's just a nicer view than being on the other side of the camper, where you get to see your next door neighbor's hookups. So great job putting the dinette on this side. Now this will drop down into another bed. And if you do drop it down, you know, you've got about, I would call it 67 inches. And then your width is gonna be about 38 inches. So 5'7", you know, somebody that's a little on the shorter side or a child would be able to sleep here very well. Now, when I look at this camper though, I feel like it's more of a couples camper. You could sleep maybe 2 adults and 1 child if you wanted to, and that's really about it. Now, over top of the dinette, you also have some more storage up here. And then there's even a little more storage down below one of the dinette booths. Now, we're in the kitchen area, and this is one part of this camper that Susan and I really like. I mean, there's a bunch of countertop space. It's in the back of the camper, so it's just different, but it's a really nice layout in our opinion. First of all, you'll notice the refrigerator. It's got the cabinet doors mounted right onto the refrigerator panel, so it looks really nice and residential. There's a gigantic freezer in here. The refrigerator's also a very, very good size, and this is a 12-volt fridge, so it'll run on battery. It has a compressor, and it gets colder much faster than a propane style refrigerator setup. As we move more into the kitchen area, you'll notice that the cabinet doors have the black glass fronts on them, and they open up, and there's some nice storage above your cooktop and countertop area here. This also comes with a 3-burner stove, lots of countertop space, and then you have a receptacle over top of the countertop. Below your range, you've got a full oven underneath. Under the oven, there's a big drawer with storage for pots and pans, and another storage cabinet with loads of storage space. In the very back part of the kitchen, you've got a nice big cabinet here with a black glass front with tons of storage behind it. Then you have your microwave oven. Down below that, you have a very large double bowl sink with a gooseneck faucet and tons of storage space. Now, when Susan saw this, she made the comment that, hey, I've got like prep area over here with all this countertop space in the sink, and then I've got cook area over here with my cooktop and extra countertop space here. So very, very well done in terms of making sure you have lots of space to do whatever part of cooking you're doing. Now, below the sink, these double doors open up, and there's plenty of storage under there, and you have a bank of drawers for all of your kitchen utensils. Here I am in the bathroom, standing in the shower as usual, and as you guys know, I'm 5'11", but let's see how much space we have headroom wise into the skylight, and it looks like we have 6 feet 5 inches. So even you taller folks should be pretty good when you're taking a shower in here. Now this has a nice enclosure. It's got corner shelves on both corners in here, so plenty of room for soap, conditioner, shampoo, whatever you have. And it also has a shower curtain, but it's on a track, so you know that's pretty nice. And the track actually swings out and into the bathroom, so it gives you even more space while you're in the shower. Just outside the shower, you've got a mirrored medicine cabinet here with a shelf inside, plenty of space. Down below that, you've got a towel ring mounted on the wall, a decent amount of countertop space around your bathroom sink, and then you have more storage below the bathroom sink. You also have a spot with open storage, and there's a receptacle in here in case you need that. Next to that, we have our linen cabinet with some shelves in there, so even more storage. And here we are in the bathroom, and although I'm not going to pass the elbow test in here, this bathroom is big enough that you're just not going to feel like you're in a small room or cramped at all. This travel trailer is the Forest River NoBo model number 20.4. It has an unloaded vehicle weight of 4,733 pounds, a cargo carry capacity of a very impressive 2,817 pounds, for an overall gross vehicle weight rating of 7,550 pounds. It measures in at 23 feet 9 inches long, and it can sleep up to 3 people. When you first walk into this travel trailer, on the right hand side, you'll notice where the sofa and Murphy bed are located. We then wrap around to where the dinette is located. The kitchen is also in the center of this camper, and then behind me in the rear of the camper is where the bathroom is located. Now here I am just walking in through the entry door into this camper, and my first impression of it is, wow, this is really pretty cool. I mean, it's got this Murphy bed set up to the right of me with the couch location, and then to the left of me, this is a real eye catcher, but it's got this raised bar, so we have a 2-tier countertop, and then it's got these taller bar stools here. So what a really, really neat setup. In addition, there's accent lighting underneath as well. Now, as I mentioned, we've got this comfy couch right here, and when you sit into it, it is really pretty darn comfortable. It sinks in a little bit, but it's really just right. The back seems to tilt back at the right angle, so you could be very, very comfortable sitting here and relaxing. Now, the Murphy bed is also located behind the couch, so this is a very multifunctional setup. Let's throw these pillows up here, and I'll show you how the Murphy bed works. First of all, the sofa just jackknifes out. You just give it a little lift and lay it down. There's a little hook right here. You just pull that out and lower your bed platform. And then you just pull your mattress right down. Now the mattress on here has a comforter on top, so it would kind of be like a fitted sheet, and everything stays in place just fine. You'll also notice towards the head of the bed, there's a big window over top. There's a shelf over top, and then there's a cubby space down below, so you have lots of storage. You also have a reading light on each side of the bed. And then in addition to that, you've got a wardrobe cabinet on each side of the bed as well, and these are actually lighted wardrobe cabinets, so very, very nice little extra feature there. Also on each side there are receptacles, 2 USB ports, and then a really nice big end table or nightstand. So if you have a CPAP machine, you have plenty of space for that. Or if you need to charge your phone, tablet, computer, you can put them right next to your bed at night when you're sleeping, or next to your sofa when you're reclining. Let's do a quick measurement of the bed in here. It is 60 inches wide by 80 inches long. So we have a full residential style queen size bed. The one end table or nightstand closest to the entry door also has storage underneath of it, and underneath of your sofa there are 2 storage areas with cargo netting to hold things in place. Now as we wrap around past the sofa and Murphy bed, we come to the dinette area, and one reason this camper feels so large inside is because the dinette is in a slide out. So this slides out about 3 feet. It gives you a lot of extra floor space in here. Now the dinette can comfortably seat 4 people, and you'll also notice that there's a window at each end of it and a large window over top of the table, so you get plenty of airflow in here. There's also a light overhead to light everything up. Now this table does drop down so that this dinette does convert into a bed, and when you convert it, you're gonna have about, I don't know, 5 feet 10 inches by about 40 inches of space. So I would say a smaller adult or a child would be able to sleep here pretty comfortably. You'll also note that you can remove the cushions to access the storage under the dinette booths, or you can just open the doors on the end. Now, I really like the feel of this kitchen. It's an L-shaped kitchen, which gives you extra countertop space. And then what they did in here is they actually added a second level of countertop to raise it up a bit so that they could fit the bar stools on the other side of the countertop. Really, really a smart setup for a couple of reasons. Number one, it gives you extra seating in here. It's a very convenient place to sit and eat a quick meal, but it's also located so that you can easily see where the TV is mounted in here also. If you're sitting on the dinette, you may or may not be able to see it, but if you're on the couch or in bed or sitting at the bar stools, you have a great view of your TV. Now, the sink in here is a large, round, single bowl sink, very deep. This is a great size sink. Nice little faucet over top. And then you've got all this counter space off to the right-hand side. It does come with a 3-burner stove. And then down below that is where they've mounted the convection microwave oven. Down below the kitchen sink, there's also additional storage space. And there's more storage space above the cooktop and kitchen countertops. And these are really nice cabinet doors. They have like a glass inset, so it just makes it look a little bit nicer in here. It gives you a really nice residential feel. Now, one thing you'll notice about this kitchen is that there are no drawers. There's no place for your utensils or anything like that. And we actually had the same exact situation in our Class C RV. And what we did is we bought what's called a hide drawer, I think is the right name for it. And it mounts underneath of your dinette table. And then you just slide the drawer out. Now, the only thing you have to be aware of is when you move the table to convert the dinette into a bed, you've got to remove the hide drawer first, or all your utensils could go flying everywhere. Trust me, I almost made that mistake myself. So here we are at the refrigerator, which is at the end of the kitchen. Now, this refrigerator is mounted really high up. I mean, it goes almost to the ceiling of this camper. Susan said she would need a stool just to be able to reach the freezer. Now, that's a plus and a minus in my opinion, right? If you've got kids running around and you don't want them to have access to the popsicles on demand, at least they're nice and safe up here. But it's a big disadvantage if I want Susan to pour me a scotch on the rocks. She may have a hard time getting the ice out of the freezer. But anyway, it's a good size freezer, terrific size refrigerator for this size camper. It is a 12-volt fridge, which means it'll run on shore power or battery power. It's a compressor style fridge, so it'll get colder much, much faster. Down below that, you have your fuse panel, and that's why they mounted the refrigerator up so high. Now, just across from the refrigerator is where your entertainment area is located. They have a nice decent sized TV on the wall here. You could actually go a little bigger than this, I think. But all the rough-ins are located here and the backers are installed, so you can hang your TV here. There's also some countertop space and then additional storage down below. One last feature about the entertainment center is at the very bottom of the side of the cabinet, there is a central vac. So you can just sweep your crumbs right on in there. Now, here I am in the bathroom, standing in the shower as always. And I will say this is a really nice sized bathroom in here because it runs the whole entire width of the back of this camper. Now, the shower in here, I'm standing in under the skylight area, which covers just about the whole shower ceiling. You know, you've got about 6 feet 8 inches of headroom in here, which is really, really fantastic, especially for all of you taller campers. Now, there is a bit of a step up to get in here, and it looks to be about 12 or 13 inches. So for you folks with bad knees, you know, a little bit of a step up to get into this shower. Now, the shower curtain that's in here, you know I don't like curtains, but this one is on a upper and a lower track, so it'll stay in place and it won't blow in on you. And the upper track actually curves out into the bathroom to pull the shower curtain out and away from you. The rest of the bathroom's a great size. You've got a medicine cabinet here with storage inside and outside below the mirrored door. Then you have a small vanity sink with some storage down below. So now Susan and I have switched sides. She's standing in the shower and I'm out here in the rest of the bathroom, and this has a lot of storage in it. This big cabinet is built in here, And on one side, you've got a wardrobe cabinet with a built-in safe down at the bottom. Very nice feature. And then you have drawers on this side of the closet space for additional storage. And then down below, there's even a couple more drawers for you to store things. Now here I am sitting on the commode, and as far as the elbow test goes, we're in really pretty good shape in here. I'm kind of banging my elbow on the left side a little bit, but it's nice and spacious. I don't feel cramped at all. One last thing to note, this is the weirdest place we've ever seen a switch for the bathroom lights. It's on the side of the vanity, and very curious location, but there's a pocket door in this wall, so they couldn't put the switch on the wall. The shower's on that side, they couldn't put the switch there. So I guess they just went ahead and decided to mount it on the side of the vanity. Now that you've seen all these travel trailers with slides, let us know in the comments down below which one was your favorite and why. And if you'd like to see even more travel trailers with slides, just click the box down below, and Susan and I will see you in the next video.